Hello, guys. So today we are going to discuss a topic called sensors. So last class we have done, we already studied about what is the use of this robotics and what all the things have to study in this fifth module. So in this module we are supposed to study about the two sensors. One is a two classification of sensor. One is the internal type sensors and another one is a external type sensors. So according to our KTU syllabus, we are supposed to study about some three sensors. One is the position sensor, and next one is the tactile sensor, and next one is a proximity sensor. So we are going to study one internal sensor and two external sensors. So what exactly the internal and external? So as the name indicates, the internal sensors that helps to understand the various rotary motion, whether the motor, whether the servo motor or a DC motor, whatever the actuators which is available in the robotics, we are supposed to understand where it is rotating, like in which direction it is rotating, like clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction. What is the home position of the system, also home position of the this rotary device or motor, whatever it may be. So in such cases we are supposed to use the position sensor. So that's all about the internal. So it's we can't see the position sensor. It's maybe kept inside the motor or somewhere else inside the robotic structure. So that is all about the internal sensor. So when you're going to talk about the external sensor, what exactly the external sensor? There are two types of external sensors which is available. So first type of external sensor is a tactile sensor, and next one is a proximity sensor. So external sensor is nothing but a type of a sensor that helps to understand the obstacles as well as it helps to guide the robotic arm. So in such a way that we can avoid the collision. So as we know that if you are doing any kind of robotic motion, so it include a motion, right? Maybe it's a circular motion or a translatory motion. So in such cases we are supposed to understand or we are supposed to avoid the obstacles, as well as it needs to identify the object, as well as it helps to understand the handling of the various things. So that is all about the robotic sensor as well as the classification. So these are the things which I already explained about the internal sensor as well as the external sensors. So just come to this session. So that is all about the sensor characteristics. So what is the point of studying the sensor characteristics? So as everyone know that, so we are the graduates and we should know about what is the purpose of the sensor. So you should select a sensor in such a way that it should perform very clearly, right? So in such a way that you should be very thorough about the sensor characteristics. So if you want to select a sensor, you should check the characteristics instead of buying randomly from the market. You should check the characteristics. What is the response time, what is the sensitivity, whether the system which is having a pretty good of dynamic range or a range which is what is a available range, whether this sensor is suitable for our application. So all these characteristics you need to understand. So in such a situation, the first characteristics is nothing but the first characteristics is nothing but the dynamic first characteristics nothing but the dynamic range. So dynamic range is nothing but the minimum and maximum value of the input signal for which the sensor responds. So how the sensor is respond to the system, like what is the minimum value. If you are giving a, say for example, 0.2 volt as an input, the system or a sensor should measure that 0.2 volt. So that is a minimum value, and the maximum value is nothing but what is the maximum value with which a sensor can withstand. Say for example, maybe 220 volt or 225 volt, whatever it may be. So you understand about the range or values to understand how the system is responding and all. So next one is a response. Response is nothing but the sensor should respond to the stimuli almost instantaneously. So it's nothing but the how much time it take to respond. If there is any parameters changes or what are the things, the sensor is nothing but a system. If there is any change in the output parameter, the sensor should sense, right? So in such a way that the response time or a response is nothing but the time at which the system is responding, how much time it required to respond the sensor, and or how much time, what is the processing time for a particular stuff. So that is all about the response. So next one is a sensitivity. So sensitivity is nothing but if you're giving a unit input, there should be a change in the output, or there should be a change in the output value of the sensor. So that is all about the sensitivity. So linearity is whether the sensor maintain the same sensitivity as well as the same sensitivity within a dynamic range, within the those particular dynamic range. So it's nothing but the system that should produce the same value at a repeated time of or a repeated dynamic range. So that is all about the linearity. So other consideration, other things you are supposed to consider: sensor should not disturb the physical quantity it measures. The sensor should be suitable for the environment it is exposed. Sensor should be isolated from the noise and it is protected from the physical damages. Size, cost and easy of operation. So if you select a sensor which is having all these characteristics, and we came to know about the various characteristics of the selector which we are going to select for a particular application. So the main things when you are working in the industry have to be considered about the cost wise. What is the cost of the sensor? This is a very particular if you are working in a robotic industry. So what is a cost as well as size is one of the major important part or important characteristics of a sensor. If the particular project which should be completed in a particular manner in the sense it having some constraint for the cost. Say for example, you want to design a robot in such a way that the robot cost should not go beyond 40,000. So in such cases you should be very much strict on the cost of the sensor. So that is all about the sensor characteristics.